Hey guys, Drifter here. I have a surprising Apex Legends video for you. In the most recent patch, there were some additional things added to the game code that I could read the scripts for that aren't currently available to the public, including 14 new legends. And I'm not making that number up, I'm not exaggerating. There are strings for 14 new legends that are in some capacity, at least in development, being tested, considered when they release, how long it's going to take, what month, what 2 or 3 years from now, given the current pace. I have no idea, but there is a ton of information, and I do want to let you know that I didn't dig this information out myself. I'm not that talented at digging through, but I have a friend that is, and he found some neat stuff. We're going to start off with a few of the non-champion neat facts, and then we're going to move into the brand new upcoming Apex Legends. Number one is that there is a new melee type that deals 200 damage. It's called Shadow Squad Melee. No idea what that does. There's a new effect status called Fireproof. There's new little bits of codes for creeps. And there is more free-fall customization such as smoke color, friendly jet, enemy jet, stuff like that. Buffs upcoming to weapons that I'm not going to fool with because I'm sure those will change. There is an opportunity for you to pick your own announcer. That's going to be some sort of, I guess, microtransaction type item. There's some new currency called Ultimate Credits, which are added and tracked by weapon. So I'm assuming that we have possible customizations in optics or weapons or kill counters or something like that. Possibility of cosmetic supply drop ships, and a couple of different options for your character select screen. But what you guys really want to see today is, of course, the new legends. So I'm going to go over all 14 of them in alphabetical order. I have no clue when these are coming out. If all of them do, a lot of them are clearly very much so in development because they have too many abilities. But let's start off with number one, whose name, it's called Blackout. Name is Revenant, and subtitle is Nightmare Simulacrum. His abilities, his primary ability is called Mark for Death. It fires a poison dagger, and you can press again to reveal the target's location for up to 60 seconds on the map, and the mark is removed if the target heals back to full health. He's got a couple of other abilities that I think are just stuff that they're testing. We've got a Poison Bomb that just poisons and slows. Shadow Walk, which is move silently and faster for 6 seconds, which kind of reminds me of Caveira from Rainbow Six. Shadow Door, which can create a doorway between walls so that you can just go, it's like you just open up that wall so you can just walk right through. Apparently resets on kills. There is he has the ability to silence enemies by throwing a device, and Death Recall, which drops a totem to protect anyone who uses it from death, getting downed or anything. You'll survive with 20 health. And he has a passive called Infiltrator, which says you can crouch walk faster and climb walls higher. Clearly, this character has more abilities than any other, so my assumption is they're testing about 5 or 6 different abilities to see which one fits best. The next character's name is Blisk, and his subtitle is Elite Mercenary. He has a tactical ability, which is a throwing knife, and it says it's temporary, deals 20 damage and marks the target. Killing that target rewards the player with double credits. The character's passive is Payday, and squad kills award credits, and you can spend these credits on more powerful supplies, so I'm assuming that you're buying weapons and upgrades and supply drops. And he also has a Rainbow Six Siege type ability called Interrogation. Executing an enemy will reveal the location of their allies for 10 seconds, and his ultimate is called Bounty Reward, and to the best of my ability, it's some sort of supply drop that you call in. We've got Crypto, of course. You guys have seen Crypto. You know about Crypto. His subtitle is Surveillance Expert. His abilities are Surveillance Drone, which deploys an aerial camera drone, 40-second cooldown if destroyed. Passive is Neurolink, which Crypto and his teammates can see what his surveillance drone detects up to a 30-meter distance. And his ultimate is Drone EMP, which charges up an EMP to blast from your drone, disables shields, slows enemies, and disables all sorts of traps. So if you're going to play Crypto, I really hope that you like flying drones. Moving along, there's a character called Downfall, and his subtitle is Populist Pyromaniac. His abilities are a Fire Sale, which drops a box of 4 Molotovs that your squad can pick up and throw at people. The Molotov cocktail is just a bomb that sets people on fire, which is, I'm assuming, where the fireproof dynamic comes in. He has a passive called Burning Anger. Dealing damage builds rage. Filling your rage meter makes you immune to fire for 20 seconds, so I guess you can walk through your own bombs. And his ultimate is called Rain of Fire, which calls in a big cascade of incendiary rockets, which I'm assuming is going to work like Gibraltar or Bangalore or any of those other characters, except for doing fire bombs. The next character is called Hissaria. Her subtitle is Hard Breacher. Her primary ability is a tactical one. It's called Flashbang, and well, you guys know how Flashbang works. That's exactly what it does. There's a passive called Shotgun Kick. Now this one's interesting. A breaching shotgun on your calf that discharges when you melee doors or enemies. It requires shotgun ammo to use. So I assume that it just blows up doors instantly or damages enemies more. You just kick people with shotgun legs, like, I don't know, like the Grindhouse movie maybe. And her ultimate is called Concussive Breaching Charge. Plants a breaching charge that fires a sonic wave through walls to destroy traps, force open doors, and disorient people, which basically sounds like a through the walls flashbang. We have another character whose name is Immortal, subtitle Shield Support. He's got 2 tactical abilities. One is Shield Charger, which is unleash a cloud of nanites to charge your team's shields. And then one called Shield Teardown, which hits a target with a cloud of nanites to kill their shields. So I guess he uses shieldy nanite things. Passive is hard to kill. When you get downed, you can revive yourself. That's kind of crazy. Ultimate is called Rise of the Phoenix, which restores your health and shields to full and gives nearby teammates 30 seconds of self-revive. It takes 8 seconds to charge and use, though, so it's a very, very slow, but could be very useful in in-game scenarios. A character by the name of Jericho, whose subtitle is The Frontline. He's got 1 tactical ability called Shield Breaker Javelins. Throw 2 electrically charged javelins that burn through enemy body shields. Passive is On Your 6, which means your ballistic shield protects your back when you're currently not using it. And his ultimate is a ballistic shield, which is a full body shield that protects you from incoming fire, which I'm assuming is a lot like a Call of Duty riot shield you hold in front of you. But that's like your ultimate. You like pull out the riot shield and like one-hand gun, but if not, it's just going to protect your back. The next character on our list today is called Nomad, and he has the subtitle of Field Crafter. His tactical ability is a Loot Compass, which allows you to follow the loot compass to the nearest item. I'm assuming big item. Passive is Pack Mule. Nomad and his teammates have additional backpack space, which is nice that you can share this with your teammates, you know. And his ultimate is called Crafting Table, where you place a crafting table down and scrap salvageable material and purchase items. I'm assuming that means you grind up stuff in your inventory you don't use. And yes, I know this is sounding ridiculous, but I promise you it comes from a very good source. I know just how ridiculous this sounds, but I wouldn't make a video if I didn't believe the source. Next character's name is Prophet, and his subtitle is Scout Sniper. Sounds a lot like the one from Call of Duty. He has an ability called Spotter Sight, which scans the environment for enemies and gathers information on targets found. Passive is Sniper Training. He has improved accuracy when ADS and starts the game with a sniper scope in his inventory. And his ultimate is called Triple Tap. He equips a silenced sniper rifle that has 3 shots, and I'm assuming it's gonna be a bad boy that puts you down really, really hard. Moving along, we have Rampart, whose subtitle is Base of Fire. He definitely seems more like a PvE type character, and his tactical is My Friend Maxim, which is place a mounted machine gun that anyone in your squad can use. Uses heavy ammo, so I assume you have to have a lot of heavy ammo for it, and I'm assuming Maxim is the name of the SMG. He's got several passives, such as Fixer, where swapping to melee equips a wrench that you can use to repair structures. I assume there's no need to repair structures unless you're in a PvE environment. Cover Fire, which is firing from cover overcharges your gun damage, which is weird. And Gunner LMGs have increased magazine capacity and reload faster. And finally, his ultimate is called Amped Cover, which builds cover that provides a damage boost to anyone standing near it, which again sounds very much so like PvE. Another character called Reckoner, whose subtitle is Self-Sacrificing Romantic. His abilities include a gravity orb that you can throw. Apparently, it's a slow-moving gravity orb that bends the trajectory of nearby attacks. A shield blast, which says, upon breaking shields, will emit an explosion damaging nearby enemies. So when people get all up in your face, you can pop them when they break your shields. And his ultimate is called Shield Stealer, which fires an energy beam that drains enemy shields and charges your own, which sounds super annoying. That's definitely a PvP type character. Another character by the name of Rosie, whose name is Loba, and subtitle is Translocating Thief. She's got a couple of different abilities, so I'm not sure which one they're going to pick here. Burglar's Best Friend, which throws a disc and teleport to that location, or Black Market Boutique, which place a device that can steal all the nearby loot. Her passive is Eye for Quality. She can see nearby loot through walls and can open up hidden compartments inside loot bins that other characters cannot. Her ultimate is called Supply for Demand, which is hold off for one kind of loot to reveal that type of loot in your area through walls. So like if I just want to see gold items, or if I want to see guns or mags or whatever, you can just see all of that through the walls instantly. The next character is called Scudder, and his subtitle is Crafty Trapper, and this sounds more like a PvE type character. He can place a debris trap that slows and damages enemies when they move through it. A passive called Light Step, which means you are not slowed by the debris traps, and you do not need, when you climb things, you don't leave trackers for players like Bloodhound. And he has an ultimate called Skiltrum Barrier Grenade, which instantly creates a spiked barrier trap made from hardening resin. This doesn't even make sense. These have to be like the most experimental characters on the planet. And finally today, a character by the name of Valk. His subtitle is Soaring Aviator, and his abilities are VTOL Jets, where you can jump and then hold to hover. He's got Afterburners, where after the initial drop, Valk and her teammates can fly faster while skydiving. So I guess every balloon you can fly faster on. And the ultimate is called Skyward, where you and nearby allies take to the skies after a short countdown, where this character literally just blasts off and takes her team with her in some sort of ultimate mobility tactic. And those are all of the new leaked characters. I know this sounds absolutely ridiculous to you guys. I think a lot of these are in development. A lot of these are PvE type characters, obviously, like the machine gun guy. And I have no idea what they're going to do with all this, but I trust that my source is legit, and I at least hope you enjoyed the information. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.